Do not go for 3. Just get the 2. Ellis. Hard hit.
Ropes one. Still got a play there. Got it. Wow.
Ellis.
Get up there.
Oh, wow. What an interception by Razor. Jordan Razor takes it back, Zach. Back to the 48. Biggs is going to check in. Dunlap wide open. He's going to get up there! Dunlap! Exclamation point!
Jordan Razor Jr., number 1, wide receiver, quarterback.
Jeremiah James Jr., number 2, running back.
D. Ashlis, sophomore, number 3, receiver, safety.
Argo Dawson Jr., number 4, wide receiver, DB.
Landon Gardner, quarterback, number 5, junior.
Dakari Harris, freshman, number 6, running back.
Aiden Marcellus Durisme, running back, DN, number 7, sophomore.
Brian Trazali, junior, number 8, athlete.
Jay Edmondson Jr., number 9, linebacker, receiver. LJ Richardson Jr., quarterback, number 10.
Elijah Brazil, sophomore, number 11, receiver, DN.
Jada Pickens, sophomore, number 12, wide receiver, DB.
Ian Tompkins, sophomore, number 13, wide receiver, outside linebacker.
Rafael Bercy, sophomore, number 14, DN.
Caden DeRiso, number 21, freshman, safety, and wide receiver. Jalen Bellamy, sophomore, running back and linebacker, number 22.
Craig Bostic, senior, number 54, linebacker.
Evan Costas, junior, number 65, I play left guard. Junior center, number 66, Michael Fields Jr.
Elijah Jennings, class 27, left tackle, number 7. Eric Jennings, junior, nose guard, right guard, number 71.
All right, so I apologize, guys. My audio was not plugged in properly, but we are here at Sacred Heart's campus field with the Notre Dame Prep Lancers coming in at 5-3, taking on the Newtown Nighthawks at 6-2 in what will be a SWC battle. We are about 5 minutes from kickoff. Notre Dame just came out of the tunnel. Newtown's getting ready on the other side. I think we are getting ready potentially for the national anthem. But while we do have some time here, for those wondering who Project Purple is, I'm here to tell you. So Project Purple is a Connecticut-based nonprofit organization that empowers the fight against pancreatic cancer. Our unwavering commitment is fueled by our pursuit of raising awareness, driving crucial research, and providing aid for patients battling this disease. Since our founding in 2010, we've been leading the charge, pioneering advancements, and bringing hope to those affected by pancreatic cancer. We are committed to making a real impact in the fight against pancreatic cancer. Our initiatives include research funding, patient support, and community outreach. Our results speak for themselves. If you want to bring Project Purple Sports to your school or just learn more about Project Purple Sports, go to projectpurple.org/sports. I apologize, there's a lot of movement going on right now. But let's take a quick look while we have about 4 minutes to game time. So Notre Dame Prep's coming in at 5-3. They're coming off a win last Friday. Here, they were home. They took on East Haven. They won 49-7. But before that, they had a string of 3 straight losses, all away. They lost close to Weston 35-38, another close loss to Nonawag 32-35 before a bit of a tough one against Brookfield where they got shut out in a 27-0 loss. Last we had saw Notre Dame Prep, we were here for Project Purple's awareness night where they beat the brakes off of New Fairfield in what was a 43-26 game. On the other hand, Newtown comes in 6-2. They had a tough draw in their first week. They lost away at New Canaan 10-30, which for those who don't know, New Canaan is one of the premier powerhouses in Connecticut football, which that's a pretty solid loss for them. Then they went on the road to beat New Milford 63-7, lost on the road at Windsor by 3. Then they started just shutting out some teams with a shutout against Stratford, a shutout against Bunnell, a shutout against Bethel, and then they put up 56 points against Weston, and they actually beat Brookfield 21-7. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of the game plan is tonight. I don't know a ton about Newtown. I couldn't find a lot of them on Max Preps or anything in general. But what I do know for Notre Dame Prep is their game is going to revolve around LJ Richardson and Jakari Harris on the offensive side. Jakari Harris is a freshman running back averaging 132 yards per game on the ground, which is crazy to think about as a freshman. And then LJ Richardson averages about a total of 200 yards in the air and on the ground. And he has a 105 QBR, which is very impressive to see out of a quarterback here in high school football, and he's only a junior. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Johnson has drawn up for the game plan tonight. Hopefully, we'll get more of a feel of how Newtown offensively and defensively runs. I couldn't find more than nothing on them, but we're getting ready for the coin toss, and then I'll be back in about 3 minutes as we get into kickoff, and then we'll highlight some of these key offensive and defensive players for the Lancers. So we're looking forward to a good one here tonight at Sacred Heart. All right, so we just had the national anthem and we are getting ready for kickoff here. It is a bit cold, but luckily for me and cameraman Mike, we are in the booth tonight. And so, he's showing me it feels like 37 degrees. It will get a lot colder as we move on. Um, but it'll be a nice night for football here. I mean, Sacred Hearts campus field, you can't really beat that, especially as high school athletes. So, it looks like Notre Dame will be kicking off. They will. Newtown will receive. All right, so we are ready to roll here. And Notre Dame gets set to kick. It'll be received by Newtown, and then that'll go out of bounds. So I am also trying to make sure that our setup does not go through a restart right now. So please bear with me and as I go onto mute. All right, so Newtown has the ball on about the Notre Dame 19. They'll get back. They'll look to throw. It'll be caught on the sideline for about, I think, a gain of 2 or 3 yards there. So hopefully their numbers are correct. That was Marcus Gerace, quarterback for Newtown, with a completion to Luke Stewart. And Newtown, Gerace will line up in the gun. Under center, he'll take it. He'll look to throw. Quick bubble screen out to the sideline. Newtown's got a man wide open. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to slip down the sideline, and he'll be tackled after a gain of about 20. That was senior receiver Grady Marks. I hope all the numbers are correct. But they will move the chains. Newtown's looking to go and hurry up offense. Gerace will stand under center, waiting the snap. And they will do a handoff here. And that's going to be a nice chunk play there for Cole Stockwell, running back for Newtown. And it looks like Newtown really wants to push the pace as much as possible. They're trying to get right back up. They're on Notre Dame's 49-yard line. Once again, Gerace is in the gun under center. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to let it fly deep down the field, and that's going to go out of bounds. Well defended by Notre Dame Prep. That was Nate Achelis on the coverage. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name. So at some point here, we're gonna get into the stat leaders next time we get a bit of a break. But we're looking at 2nd and 10 here for Newtown. Lined up in the gun again is Gerace. He's gonna roll out right. See his pressure on him. There's gonna be a flag. I think it's gonna come back with holding, but he has a completion to number 10, Emmett Regan. Well, that was 3rd down, apparently, but it will be a holding penalty. That will back Newtown back up to, I think, 3rd and 17. It was just 3rd and 7. We will find out in a few seconds here. So it'll be 3rd and long here for Newtown on their opening possession. Just had a holding penalty on their offensive line. We have trips out left. One in the backfield. Gerace under center. 3rd and 20. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to air one out deep. Wide receiver open, and it's going to be caught in between double coverage. So big pickup there for Emmett Regan. And the ref went down too. So on 3rd and 20, Gerace goes to the air, finds Regan for a first down and a huge gain. Newtown's threatening. Running back is going to get it down to the 19 inside the Notre Dame red zone. That was Stockwell on the carry. So Newtown looked like they were down and out, but now they have new life as they're threatening to score here. Gerace is going to pitch it out to Stockwell. Stockwell's going to break a tackle in the backfield. He's going to get met close to the line of scrimmage by 3 Notre Dame linemen. So I think we're going to be looking at 2nd and 7-ish. 2nd and 7. Confirmed on that. So what I've learned based off of Newtown so far is they will throw the football, and that was the case that we saw last time we were here with New Fairfield. They threw the ball a lot. So Gerace is going to be back to pass again. He's going to step up in the pocket, wide open man in the corner of the end zone. Newtown strikes first. That's Grady Marks. So Grady Marks is on the board. Touchdown pass from Gerace. So Gerace is a senior. Looks like that's why they have some confidence in throwing the ball with him. So Newtown jumps out to a 6-0 lead as they await the extra point here. And the extra point is up and good, so Newtown's up 7-0 here. They scored quickly. It only took them 3 minutes to strike first, and Notre Dame Prep is going to get the ball. And we're going to see a bit of that duo of Harris and Richardson, which let's take a look at some of these stat leaders here for Notre Dame. So as I mentioned earlier, Jakari Harris, he is their freshman running back. He's averaging about 140 yards per game, rushing 13 total touchdowns on the season. And LJ Richardson comes in about 190 total yards of offense. That's passing, that's rushing. He's a dual threat quarterback. We've seen him do it all. He had a 70-yard touchdown run last time we were here, and he has 13 total touchdowns on the season. Defensively, they rely on Jordan Razor at the cornerback position. He has 5 interceptions and has 5 tackles per game, which is pretty solid for a corner. And on the defensive line, Nathan Desirme has 14 sacks on the season and about 8 tackles per game. So we are ready for Newtown to kick off. So we're about to find out how Notre Dame will respond. And the kick is going to be short. Interesting by Newtown. So Notre Dame is going to have nice field position here, starting at their 41-yard line. No, it looks like they're going to mark it at the 40-yard line. Nope, the 41-yard line. So Notre Dame gets a good chance here, good field position. I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of Harris. Coach Johnson is getting his team ready. And Richardson will come out and get the offense set here. Harris will be in the background. They have 3 stacked on the closest side to us, wideouts. Assuming some sort of RPO would be what you're looking at here if you're Notre Dame. And no, it's just going to be a direct snap handoff to Harris, who's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage there. Newtown was all over that one. So Richardson in the gun, awaiting the snap. He gets it back. He drops back to pass. He's looking. He's looking. He's going to roll out right. Fire across his body. The ball's going to be up, and that's going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Elijah Brazel off of his hands, and then it was a dangerous ball in the air. Luckily, no one was close. Otherwise, Notre Dame may have been looking at an interception there. So just like that, Notre Dame's looking at a 3rd and 10. They only took about 40 seconds off the clock so far on this drive and are in danger of punting it back to Newtown. Richardson's not paying attention. Snap's going to go over his head. He's going to jump on it. He can't jump on it. Newtown's going to jump on it. Ball's loose, still rolling around. Newtown's going to recover the fumble at the Notre Dame 18-yard line. Instant red zone offense here for Newtown. That is not what you wanted to do on 3rd and 10 if you are Notre Dame. Richardson was looking to audible. Center wasn't on the same page. Snapped it and over the head. And Richardson's coming off the field a little bit gingerly there, which that is going to be something to look at as the game progresses. So Newtown will come back out, and you're assuming that we're going to see Gerace get back in the pocket and sling the ball already. He threw it about 6 times on that first drive down. He has at least 40 to 50 yards passing already and a passing touchdown. Gerace is going to get back to throw. He's looking end zone already. Lobs one up deep down the field. That's going to be defended nicely by Razor, but we're going to get a late flag? Maybe? I can't tell if that was my imagination or not. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pass interference on Razor. So that's going to move Newtown to about the 10-yard line of Notre Dame, just like that, and it'll stay first down. So it looks like it's going to be a tightly called game. Didn't look like much from my angle. Looked like just some hand fighting between Razor and Regan, and it looked like Razor had won that battle, but unfortunately, the refs will throw a flag, and Newtown will be 10 yards away from going up 13-0. We only played 8 minutes of game time here, and Newtown's looking to put up another touchdown. So this could be a shootout tonight as they're going to go to the ground, hand it off. They're going to gain about 5 yards down to the Notre Dame 5. That was Stockwell again on the carry. So Gerace will set the offense. He is in the shotgun position. He's going to motion wide receiver closer to him. He's going to step back to pass. He's looking for a crosser. Fires across. That's going to be dropped, incomplete. But another flag will be thrown, and it's going to be a face mask, I think, on Notre Dame prep. Okay. And so it will be a face mask on Notre Dame prep. They're going to move them to Notre Dame's 2-yard line. It's going to be first down. I don't know who that was on, but it looked like it was whoever was pressuring the quarterback. It looks like they got his face mask there, which the refs are going to call every time. I'm assuming you're going to see a handoff here to Stockwell. Nope, Gerace is going to roll out, look on an out route. He's going to be dropped in the end zone. That was Luke Stewart right through his hands. So Notre Dame catches a break. They had no one covering Stewart. And with 2nd and 3, you're assuming that Newtown will try to run it here, save a pass for 3rd down, and they will. Stockwell will take it up the middle. He's going to be down at the 1-yard line is what the refs are going to call. So we have 3rd and 1 for Newtown. If I'm Newtown, even if you don't punch it in here, I think this is 4-down territory. But we'll see. I'm not the coach of Newtown. That's personally what I would do. So Gerace is still going to be in the gun. He has 4 out. Stockwell in the backfield. He's going to snap it. He's going to hand it off to Stockwell's going to get met hard. And they're going to call him down right at the 1 again. So decision time for Coach Daniel Farina on 4th and 1. Notre Dame Prep read that one like a book, and they're going to bring on the field goal unit. So Farina, he's going to take the points, not roll the dice here, and look to go up 10-0 as long as this field goal goes through the uprights. And this is where I would potentially have rolled the dice. Notre Dame would have been backed up on their 1-yard line. Oh, never mind. They are going for it. All right. Regard everything I said, and that's going to be Wildcat formation, and that's going to be Nick Pavia who takes it in out of the Wildcat, and he will go up, get in for 6, and that'll be 13-0 for Newtown here. We only played 6 minutes. They scored twice. I wonder if Nick Pavia has any relation to Diego Pavia on Vanderbilt. So extra point will be up and through. So 14-0 here for Newtown. Now for Newtown. And Notre Dame will look to get their offense rolling here. Not a great start offensively, but one of the positives right now is only 6 minutes of play. So you have 42 minutes of game time still, and you're only down 2 scores. You would like to get some sort of points on the board here. You don't want to fall too far behind too early, but the only good thing about falling behind early is you have more time to recover. And statistician Mike, interesting stat for me here. That is 71 straight unanswered points for Newtown's offense. So their defense has been clicking, their offense has been clicking, and they've been a juggernaut so far. That'll be returned from Notre Dame Prep, and they're going to be wrapped up quickly at the 21-yard line. That was Bryant Tarkazali on the return, met quickly by Newtown. So Coach Johnson is going to get his guys ready to go here. You'd like to see a positive gain here on 1st down. I'd try to get Harris out into space a little bit. He has good speed, and he's just a nightmare for corners to tackle. We'll wait and see. So Richardson is in. He's awaiting the snap. He's going to take it, fakes it, quick out to Razor. Razor's going to catch it, get about 3. So that's a nice start here for Notre Dame Prep, gaining a few yards. So that'll be a gain of 4 for Razor. Notre Dame prep, 2nd and 6. Harris in the backfield. Richardson in the gun under center. 2 out on the east side. He's going to step back to pass. He's going to have instant pressure. He's dancing around. Richardson's going to run. It looks like it's going to be a holding penalty, but he has space and he's going to go down the sideline. Yeah, they got holding on their offensive line. So that's going to come back and put Notre Dame at like a 2nd and 16. Good job by Richardson. You see the elusiveness that he has and his pocket presence, the ability to make guys miss and get outside and get out of pressure quickly. Unfortunately, his offensive line did get a hold. So Notre Dame will be backed up on about their 16, 15 and a half yard line. Richardson's awaiting the snap. It looks like Newtown's going to bring some pressure here. And they will. Richardson quickly gets rid of it, overthrows. I think that was Caden Tompkins out there. So 3rd and 16 now for Notre Dame prep. They're on their 15-yard line, looking for a spark offensively. Going to have 2 out on each side. Harris in the backfield, Richardson under center. Richardson's going to step back to pass. He's going to get brushed quickly. They were looking for a wide receiver screen there to Elijah Brizell. And there was a lot of contact before the ball even got to Brizell, and that's what he's pleading his case with the refs right now. But I don't think they're going to be listening much. So Notre Dame's going to send out the punt team, and that's something you got to look at from an officiating point of view. I mean, it's a tough play to call. There's no coach's challenge like you see in some professional sports, but Notre Dame is backed up and looking to punt. Newtown has 2 sitting around the 45-yard line. Notre Dame's going to get the punt off. It's going to be partially blocked. It's going to get a nice roll. Newtown is going to let it roll to the 50, and that's where they will begin their 3rd offensive possession. So Newtown, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, 14 points, and we've played 7.5 minutes here. So they're threatening to go up 21-0 or 17-0, go up 3 scores, essentially. Notre Dame is in need of a stop, a turnover, something here defensively. It is still early, but you don't want to fall behind 3 scores this early in a game. It's going to be a QB read option, and Gerace is going to get met in the backfield. That's going to be Raphael Bursey getting home. Good start on that drive defensively for Notre Dame, getting in the backfield and putting them at a loss off the start. So 2nd and 14, Gerace under center. He has 4 out. Stockwell's next to him in the backfield. He's back to pass. He is going to let it fly, and that's going to be caught by Travis Ricos. And it looks like it's going to be 3rd and short, about 3 yards, maybe 4 yards. It looks like about 3rd and 4 here, Notre Dame. Trying to get off the field. Gerace is going to be back to pass. Pressure is not going to get there, and is going to find another wide open man. That's going to be Ricos again. He's going to catch it. Be met instantly by Brizell, but he will have a 1st down for Newtown. They move the chains and they keep the game going. So that's going to be a run there to Stockwell. He'll pick up about 7 yards. So 2nd and 3 here. Newtown threatening again. Gerace back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to get away. He's going to go down and get popped. And that's going to be a flag, and we got a fight breaking out on the field between Newtown and Notre Dame Prep players. Oh, boy. That was Stockwell. Stockwell and Tarkzali going at it. So it's going to be a late hit for sure. Yeah, Gerace got popped. He was trying to slide. Notre Dame player was already in his motion going low. It's going to be called every time. I'm wondering if we're going to look at any potential ejections or unsportsmanlike conducts. So there's going to be offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties between Stockwell and then Tarkzali. Jesus, I'm going to start calling him Bryant. Keep butchering his last name. Now, I don't know who made the hit. That's what I was trying to figure out there with Mike going back to see what was going on there. But whoever made the hit was instantly met by Stockwell. And then Bryant, seeing his teammate get hit, went back at Stockwell, which I understand on both players' perspectives, but you can't do that this early in this game, especially when you're both important players to your guys' programs. So with that late hit, Notre Dame will have Newtown threatening again on about the 11-yard line. Newtown's looking to score another touchdown and 58 straight points. No, 78 straight points, Mike? 78 straight points without allowing a touchdown. So Newtown's going to hand it off. It's going to be met in the backfield there. That is going to be Jace Edmondson getting home tackle, and Stockwell is going to come back on the field. So is Bryant Tarkzali, two guys that were getting into it before. They each just had to sit out a play. I'm assuming now that if anything else happens, there will be ejections, and we have only played 10 minutes here in the first quarter. So a lot of action. Let's see if they give it to Stockwell here. That was a loss of 3. They're not. Gerace is going to keep it. He's going to look to throw. He's rolling out. He's throwing deep. Wide open. End zone. Touchdown. He has another passing touchdown there. There is a flag down. Don't know if that's going to be on Notre Dame Prep. It's going to be holding, I think, on the offense. So I think that's coming back. That's holding offense. So Notre Dame Prep will get out of... Oh, well, they'll get a break. They had no one covering. I think that was Regan again. No one covering Regan in the corner of the end zone. But there will be a holding penalty. So that'll bump them back. Out of the red zone now. So they are looking at 2nd and 13. No, 2nd and 23, if I'm not mistaken. At least it should be 2nd and 23, based off of my math. So clock's running. Gerace stands back. Let's see what they look to do. Regan in motion. They are going to hand it off on a reverse inside out to Stockwell, who's going to break free. And he's going to get back, I think, to the original line of scrimmage. So that looks about a gain of 10. It'll be about 3rd and 13, 3rd and 11. Back inside the red zone. And we will get another play before the end of the quarter because the play clock will expire before. So Newtown will have to run. It'll be about 3rd and 8. And Notre Dame will know if they'll still be on defense or have held Newtown to a stop here. Gerace looks back to pass. He's going to fire it into the end zone. It's going to be caught. Travis Ricos, another touchdown. Well, that's his first, but another passing touchdown for Gerace. And that's his second. So Newtown now up 20-0. If they add on the extra point here, they'll be up 21-0. And with that extra point, we'll wait to see if it goes through before I make my next statement. Almost blocked. Then that's going to go through the uprights. So that's 21-0. That is 78 unanswered points for Newtown in their last 2 games. We just got some stats in right across my desk from statistician Mike. So Notre Dame has an all-time record of 0-2 versus Newtown with a 90-12 score differential in Newtown's favor before today's matchups. As of now, this point currently with 30 seconds left in the first quarter, it is 111-12. So history seems to be repeating itself for both programs here. Silver lining, if you are Notre Dame, it's only the first quarter. So if you can return this punt well, go to the end of the first quarter, regroup a little bit, and then win the rest of the other quarters, you're looking at potentially getting back in the game or winning the game. So that's going to be a return by Tarksali. He's going to turn the corner. He's got some room. He's got some speed. And he's going down the sideline. He can move. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. And he's in the end zone. And just like that, Notre Dame Prep gets on the board. It only took 15 seconds for Bryant Tarksali. Well, that ends Newtown's scoring streak at 78 unanswered points. Notre Dame Prep now gets some life back in them. I'm wondering if they're going to go for 2. No, it looks like they're going to kick the extra point here. Wow. Can Bryant Tarksali fly? It only took him from catching the ball 10 seconds to go from the 20 to Newtown's end zone. So, as I just mentioned, it's early. And now, Notre Dame Prep will be down, bearing this extra point, only 14, 2-score game. And we're still in the first quarter. So we have 28 total points scored in this first quarter alone. I said it was going to be a oh no, miscue, Notre Dame on the extra point. So they'll be down 21-6. Now at some point, they will have to go for 2. So you just got a little bit of a spark there from Tarksali, and your special teams extra point unit can't get the extra point down. So a bit of up and down first quarter for Notre Dame Prep, with it trending mostly down besides Tarksali's touchdown off the kickoff. But it's 21-6 first quarter. And Notre Dame, there's still time, so Newtown's going to get the ball again in this first quarter. They've had it, this will be their fourth time getting the football back, and they've scored touchdowns on all three offensive possessions. Notre Dame looking to pin Newtown back deep. That is going to be returned by Stockwell. Stockwell looking to answer Targzali. He's going to find some space on the outside. He's going to be met by the kicker hit him out of bounds. A little bit of chippiness there on that Newtown sideline with Notre Dame. So they'll have 2 seconds to run a play here. I think they're going to be on Notre Dame's. They're going to be right at the 50. No. So Newtown's going to have the ball on their 48-yard line. 2 seconds left to run one play. And then we'll finally reach the end of this first quarter in what has been mostly Newtown, but has been a lot of points, a lot of offense, and there's been a lot of fire between both of these programs. So Gerace going to motion out. He's going to look. He's going to throw a short pass that's going to be caught by Stewart. Stewart's going to get tackled right around. Okay. All right. I apologize. I don't know how long my audio's been out for those watching. I'll try to monitor that a little bit more. It's kind of crammed in the booth, don't have a ton of space. But it is 31 to 6 for Newtown. Notre Dame Prep will get the ball back. Their defense has done a much better job here in this second quarter. Newtown gets ready to kick off. And they're going to go onside here. It's going to be dropped, and it looks like Newtown may have the ball back. That would be a big miscue for Notre Dame Prep, and it's going to be Newtown ball. Newtown just kicked a field goal to go up 31-6. They were kicking off after Tarkzali returned that one before the end of the first quarter. They haven't kicked it off yet. So now we're looking at oh, all right. I apologize to everyone at home. I've been out since the first quarter with internet. Um, so we'll look at that a little bit more. It's been 31-6. I mean, I'll do a brief rundown for those. We have Gerace with 3 passing touchdowns, one this quarter to Reagan, and then a field goal. And for Notre Dame Prep, there has been not a lot of offense, and Gerace is going to hand it off to Stockwell. Stockwell is going to get met after about a gain of 3. So it's been a little bit of a different game in the second quarter. I will say that Newtown has the lead. They've been running the ball a little bit more, um, kind of taking their time, chewing some clock a bit. So we'll see how the. Oh, as soon as I said that, Gerace is back to pass. He's going to go deep. He has a man, and almost picked off by Razor. Good coverage. But offensively for Notre Dame, this quarter has been much of the same with the first quarter. Interesting stat from statistician Mike. Notre Dame's offense hasn't had the ball since. No, they just had the ball. They just turned it over. Oh, okay, never mind. Since the 4:56 mark, and there's going to be a sack. It's going to be Jalen Bellamy getting home. Big sack there. That's going to bring out. We're going to get a timeout by Notre Dame Prep, but I think that's going to bring out the punt unit for Newtown. Yeah, that's going to be 12 minutes of play without Notre Dame's Prep getting the ball offensively. They will get a chance here in a 2-minute drill to go down and get some points before half. So Notre Dame gets set to return the punt here. The lone spot has been Bryant Tarksali's 80-yard kick return. He's going to get a chance here to potentially return this punt. And we'll find out if lightning strikes twice. Oh, it's going to be a high snap. Punt will get away. Back. Tarksali's just going to let it roll, and that's going to be a good punt. That's going to back Notre Dame back up all the way to their 3-yard line. Good spin on that one. Yeah. 60-yard punt, close to. So Notre Dame is going to have to go about 97 yards in a minute and 33 to potentially get some points before halftime. But if you're Newtown now, you also look at the point where, hey, we have 3 timeouts, potentially use some, try to get the ball back and get more points before the half. So Richardson will trot on with the offense. They have, I want to say, a combined of 7 yards offensively. Harris has 2 carries for no yards. Richardson has 1 pass for about 4. And honestly, that may be all the offense they have today. So they're going to be lined up deep. Harris is in the backfield. He's going to motion Richardson in. They're going to go Wildcat. Oh, no. I don't think Harris is going to get out of the end zone. That's going to be a safety, Newtown. So that'll be 33-6. They tried to run the Wildcat with Harris and Richardson, and they couldn't get it out of the end zone. So backed up against the wall, and Newtown will get the ball again here with a chance to score some more points, as it is now 33-6. Yeah. Yeah, they did. It's defense slash special team. So Mike, our statistician, just let me know that they've only allowed no, because the 6 is still defensive slash special teams. Yeah, but that's still so their defense from the defensive point without including special teams, they've only allowed 14 points against opposing offenses in 7 games, and that is just a absurd stat as the ball will get kicked off. Newtown will return. They got some space. They're going out wide, looking to turn the corner. Cups back in, makes a man miss. He's still going. He's still going. Looks like he's going to return this one. Maybe, maybe not. He is going to get down to, I think, the 3-yard line of Notre Dame. So just like that, Newtown now has a minute and 13 to potentially score again before we get out of this second quarter. But yeah, as I was mentioning, their defense for Newtown has only allowed 14 points in the last 7 games, including this one. Now, if you want to include special teams into that, they've allowed 20 points in 7 games, which no matter how you look at it, it's very, very good. You don't see that very often. So Newtown's threatening again. So Gerace is not even in the game, who's their starting quarterback. They're going to direct snap it to Justin Gonzalez, who I think is going to get down to the 1-yard line. Yeah, the 1-yard line. They're going to let a little bit of clock run here, Newtown. Under a minute left to play in the second quarter. They lead by 27. And it's going to go to Gonzalez again, and he's going to get in this time. So Justin Gonzalez took it all the way back there off of the kickoff after the safety. 2 carries and punches it home. So Newtown 39, Notre Dame Prep 6. 37 seconds left to play in this second quarter. And if they make this extra point, they will hang 40 points on Notre Dame Prep here in this first half, which is a lot. 40 in a game is a lot, but 40 and a half, they're on pace to score 80. Oh, they're actually going for two. They're going to run a trick play there, fake the reverse, and that's going to be a 2-point conversion to Luke Gagnon. And that'll now be 41 to 6. So they are on pace to score 82 points this game at the end of the first half. Um, if you're Notre Dame, you are going to hopefully try to get something going positively. And I just got another stat. So they gave up more points this half than they did to any team all game this season. Um, it is an SWC matchup. It's in conference. You know your team opponent is going to come to play, especially on the road. Look to steal a game from you guys at home, and that's what the narrative is as of now. Now I'm not. It can be changed. It's going to take a lot from Notre Dame, but it's going to have to start right here with potentially moving the ball and at least getting a field goal before halftime to get some more points, which we'll see what they do here. Last time they onside kicked it and got the ball back, and they're going to do the same thing. It's going to take a nice bounce, and they're going to get it. They're going to run around here. Good block. Edmondson's going to make a man miss, and Notre Dame's going to hit 31 seconds on their 35-yard line to try to get some points here. We'll see what Coach Johnson does with his offense. Um, at a minimum, you would like to see kind of some sort of yardage or offensive flow start to be picked up by your guys here. Yeah, they have, I think, about 4 yards of total offense up to this point. So you just want to, I mean, you want to see something. You want to get in some sort of rhythm here and look to, oh, they're going to kneel it out. So they're not even going to, they're going to go to 3 yards of offense with the quarterback kneel here by Richardson. Um, so Notre Dame is going to go into halftime down 35 points. It's been all Newtown. We have 3 passing touchdowns for Gerace, 2 rushing touchdown for Pavia, rushing touchdown for Gonzalez, and the Hawks on the road go up big. So as we go to halftime, I will be back with about 3 minutes left to kind of preview some things and talk about what's going on and thank some of our sponsors. But in the meantime, Notre Dame 41. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Newtown 41, Notre Dame 6. All right, so we are here with about 40 seconds left in halftime. Both teams getting loose, getting ready to roll here in this third quarter. I'm trying to remember. I think Notre Dame will receive the kick, so they will have the ball first. They will look to get anything going offensively. I think it starts with getting your star running back, Jakari Harris, going. He has, I think, 0 yards on the ground. Well, he may actually have negative yards with the safety he took in the second quarter. But he averages about 140 on the ground per game. He has 13 total touchdowns on the season, and he has none so far. Him and Richardson, you're going to need to get them both going. And you had some improvements from the defense in the second quarter, but the issue is defensively, they're on the field for about 80% of the game. They're just getting exhausted, and it's reflected because they're not getting as much pressure as they normally would in games that we have seen previously. Um, you're going to be looking to Desirme to get some pressure on Gerace. Gerace looks a little bit too comfortable in that pocket for Newtown, and I mean the numbers he has reflects it. He has 3 passing touchdowns, one to Marks, one to Ricos, one to Regan, and then a 2-point conversion to Gagnon. And then you have a rushing touchdown for Gonzalez, and then a rushing touchdown for Pavia. I had that recorrected at halftime. For Notre Dame Prep, you have a 80-yard kick return touchdown from number 8, getting back ready to receive the kick, Bryant Tarkzali, and that's about all you have offensively. I think they have a total of 3 yards offensively with the QB kneel before halftime. I know they have a one completion to Razor for about 4 yards, and Harris has no yards rushing. Richardson did have yards rushing, but there was a holding penalty, so that got called back. And we are underway now. Newtown will squib it off, and Notre Dame Prep will pick it up. Edmondson looking to get to the outside. He's still on his feet. And he'll finally get brought down. It took 5 Newtown defenders to take him down. And we are looking at Notre Dame's offense coming on the field at about their 33-yard line. So we'll see what they kind of discussed at halftime and see what Coach Johnson has drawn up here. They're going to need to get points. Oh, all right. I guess it is a running clock. We were just pointed out. I don't know if that's intentional or not. But yes, the clock has been running. So it's something worth noticing or keeping in mind, especially if Notre Dame starts to make this a bit of a ball game here. We'll see what they got here on their first play. They have motion man. They're going to look. Harris is going to finally get some yards, and he's going to break through some tackles. And he's hard to bring down when he gets to that next level, and he's still going. So that's a great first play for Notre Dame. They have more yards on that play than they did the entire first half. So as I mentioned at halftime, you're going to need to get Harris the ball, and you're going to need to get him going, because then when he gets going, you'll be able to get Richardson going offensively. This is a guy that's only a freshman, and he averages 140 yards on the ground per game. So let's see if they go back to him. They will. This time, Newtown's all over it. So I liked what they did with the first carry. They kind of tried to get him. I mean, they tried to spring him to the outside there too, but you potentially got to look at maybe some toss plays and get some blocking and pull some linemen, because when he gets to that second level or when he has some corners, they can't tackle him. They have no chance. It took 4 guys to bring him down once he broke through the line of scrimmage. That's what you're going to have to look to do. Get Harris in space, get him some favorable matchups out there. But we'll have 2nd and 12 here after a loss of 2. Richardson's going to be under pressure immediately, and he's going to get brought down hard. That's going to be Aiden Callie getting home. And Notre Dame is now going to be looking at a 3rd and, I want to say 19, 3rd and 18. And that's not where you want to be. So 3rd and 20, actually. Richardson awaits the snap. He gets it, fakes the handoff to Harris. He's looking, he's rolling, and he's going to be dropped this time by Henry Quirk. So Newtown gets in all over Richardson, and Notre Dame's going to send out the punt team here. So another theme that I mentioned too as we come into this half was Notre Dame's defense being on the game, on the field for about 80% of the game here. They were off for halftime in about 4 minutes, and now they're going to be right back on. So it's cold. You got guys that are going to be tired, and if you're these aren't fun games defensively to be in when you're down 35 points and the other team's offense is flowing. So they're going to punt it back. Good punt. It's going to be fair caught by Gonzalez and at about the I think that's the 39. Yeah, 39-yard line. It's it's running. So yeah, we've just been confirmed that it's going to be a running clock for the rest of the game. Um, well, it's not confirmed, but that's what it looks like. The clock hasn't stopped since the kickoff. So I don't know the rules for that in Connecticut football, but I'm assuming if you're up by 35 at halftime or 30 at halftime, it's a running clock second half. And there's going to be an out route to Ricos. He's going to gain about 6 yards there. So Gerace in the gun. Stockwell will be next to him. He's going to motion Stockwell to the other side. And he's going to give it to Stockwell. Stockwell's going to break through for another first down for Newtown. Stockwell's having a nice game on the ground here. Once they got into that second quarter and they had a bit of a lead, they started running the ball a little bit more, and Stockwell's been able to break some tackles and get to that next level. Gerace is going to air it out wide open. Ricos, and he's got space. He's going to break some tackles before getting brought down at the Notre Dame 26, and that's not a good sign. It looks like Jordan Razor is going to be down for Notre Dame. He had an awkward tackle there on Ricos, and with the cold weather, it looks like I can't tell if it's his shoulder or if it's his leg right now. Um, that's unfortunate. I mean, I think it's got to be below 30 degrees now. I mean, I can feel the wind chill from, it still says 42 degrees. Yeah, I don't believe that. All right, feels like 38. Yeah, it does feel like 38 here. And I'm in the booth. I'm not even on the field. There hasn't been much wind, but there are some gusts of wind that come in, and that makes it a little bit colder. And Razor is going to walk off the field on his own power, which is a good sign to see. I mean, I know, yeah, it's his shoulder. He was part of an awkward tackle with Ricos. It's cold. I know you don't want to keep a guy out if you don't have to, but at this point, down 35, I think that might be the rest of the game for Razor. Get him ready to go for next week's game against Pomperog, which will be away, and that'll end the season. So I don't. It would be interesting. Maybe as there's a handoff this time. That's not going to be Stockwell. That's going to be Luke Gagnon, who has a 2-point conversion for about 15 yards. So it would be interesting. I don't know how Connecticut football works, but how many games you need to win to make states. I know it's 8, but they play they play. So I have statistician Mike telling me for basketball it's 8, but in football you play significantly less than those games. That's going to be a quick out to Stewart. Stewart's gonna break a tackle, break another tackle. He's still on his feet. He's still going, and he's gonna run out of bounds at around the 3-yard line. Um, let's see if I can figure that information out for you guys, because then it would be interesting to see. Because I know Notre Dame is 5-3. The way everything's going, it looks like they're going to end up 5-4. Newtown looks like they're going to be on their way to 7-2, and they have a game next week home against Massac, who I think Notre Dame played. No, they didn't play Massac. Um, not not much is known on Massac in this booth right now currently, and that's going to be a handoff to Stockwell, who's I think going to get tackled at the 1-yard line. So let's see if I can figure this out. And that's going to be a touchdown. Finally, Stockwell will punch it home. So it is now 47-6. Let's see. Yeah, I really wish I knew how this. Well, they were ranked 49th when I looked this morning. But so what is the extra point is going to be up and through, so it's going to be 48-6. 48-6. Um, and they have a 42-point lead over Notre Dame Prep. So if you're Notre Dame, what you want to do is you want to just kind of get the offense into a bit of a rhythm here and use this game as kind of a growing experience. Newtown is a very good program, as I mentioned. They had their first game of the season was away at New Canaan, and they only lost by 20 points. And New Canaan is the #1 team in the state for Connecticut for football currently. So losing by 20 points against a team of that caliber, it just shows what kind of program Newtown is. Um, they have some good players, but this is a good game for Notre Dame Prep to kind of learn some things and play against some tough competition. And hopefully, I just because I don't know off the top of my head how the Connecticut state playoffs or conference playoffs work, this is a good game for you guys to grow from and take this experience into those conference playoffs. And that ball is going to be dropped, picked up by Harris. Harris is going to have some space. He's going to run through a guy and get to the Notre Dame 47-yard line. So it looks like, if I'm looking at this correctly, the top 8 teams in each class will make the Connecticut State football playoffs, which I think Notre Dame is Class L. I'm not sure. Statistician Mike is looking into it right now, but LJ Richardson gets ready. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to Harris. Harris is going to maybe gain a yard or two. And we only have 30 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Notre Dame Prep has a 2nd and 9. Let's see what they have dialed up here. Richardson sends a guy in motion. I think it's going to be a handoff to Harris. It is. Harris is going to get stopped in the backfield for a. No, they're going to give him the line of scrimmage. It's not going to be a loss, but that play there is going to bring us to the end of the fourth quarter here. 48 for Newtown, 6 for Notre Dame Prep. And we will take a brief break. Actually, we won't do a brief break. We will thank some of our sponsors here, Mike. So why don't we start with let's start with New Balance. So we want to thank New Balance for supporting our Project Purple Sports program. And all they do for us, I mean, not just Project Purple Sports, but even Project Purple. But with Project Purple Sports, they outfit teams that put on awareness games for us. They give them jerseys, they'll do merch, they'll do warm up shirts, they'll do coaches merch. And it's been very vital for our program to kind of have this and allow us to, in a way, thank our student athletes here for putting on games for us. So we want to thank New Balance for all they've done for Project Purple and Project Purple Sports. That brings us up to our next sponsor here in the state of Connecticut, Hartford Healthcare. We want to thank Hartford Healthcare for all the great work that they've done with us. Last November, we gave them a grant of $750,000 to start Connecticut's first high-risk pancreatic cancer program. And within 6 months, 7 months of that program being launched, they actually found someone with early stage pancreatic cancer diagnosis and we're able to get them in treatment, which is exactly why we do what we do and why we are here at these high schools and all these communities getting Project Purple Sports and just Project Purple's mission out into the communities to kind of empower student athletes to give back, support us, while we also support them and thank them for amplifying our mission and our reach. So that was just I think a gain of 1 by Richardson on the ground. Play broke down. It is 4th and 10 and down 42. Notre Dame will go for it. They're going to fake. Richardson's going to air one out deep down the field. He has a man that's going to be flag. Pass interference there. It's going to be called on Newtown. Richardson had Nate Achelis down the sideline. That is going to be CJ Manfredonia, who was on coverage. And that's going to give Notre Dame their first down of the game. So it looks like they're going to be on around about the Newtown 38. Okay, so we just got some information here. So for Connecticut football, they will have a vote, supposedly. Interesting. Richardson's gonna be in some trouble here. He's gonna get out of the pocket, and he's gonna maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe get a yard or two.
Pretty sure it's a vote because I remember Oxford used to have some good years where we'd be like 6-2, 7-1 back in 2015, and we didn't make it because we were better teams.
Okay. So all right.
For strength and schedule record against other opponents with tiebreakers
Yeah.
and things like that.
So it looks like for how it's going to work is kind of like college football, or there'll be a vote for teams in different classes depending on strength of schedule and everything. So this would have been as they're going to hand it off to Harris. Harris is going to fall forwards for about a gain of 5. Um, so this would have been a good game for. We got to pull up their class. So 3rd and 5 here for Notre Dame. We're trying to pull up some of the class information for state stuff. Richardson's going to fire. It's going to be low and incomplete. He's going to get. Oh, no, he wasn't going to get hit. He didn't get hit after. One of his linemen went down. after the play was over. So 4th and 5, Notre Dame is going to keep the offense out on the field. There is about 8.5 minutes to play here. The clock is running. Richardson waits the snap. He snaps it. He's gonna air one out deep down the field, wide open receiver, and that's gonna be Brian Tarkzali again. This time, 30-yard touchdown strike from Richardson. And there's gonna be the first offensive touchdown. Tarkzali, he came to play today. He has two, one off of a kick return, and that one now receiving. So it's 48-12.
So for Notre Dame,
So yeah, right now, all right. So we have it pulled up. Notre Dame is sitting at, looking in, they're at 10th, behind 8 other: Holy Cross, Platt Tech, Brookfield, WCA, Rockville, Lyman Hall, Guilford, St. Joe's, and Berlin. So this would have been a big win for them today. 2-point conversion is going to be good. So that's going to be 48-14 with 7:14 left to play. So I mean, if you're Notre Dame, this might have been a must win. I don't know what everyone else ahead of them is doing right now, but this will go without saying. They're going to need to win their next game at Pomperog. I don't know what Pomperog's record is this year. Pomperog is actually behind them at 4-4-0. So
today against Massive.
they're playing Massic right now, currently. So you're Notre Dame. You're going to need to win next week to have a chance to make state tournament. And this would have been a big game for you to win. But I mean, you also potentially look back at some of those other games you had after the new Fairfield one. They started out 4-0. You lost by 3 away to Weston, lost by 3 to Nonawag. So those are two that potentially you want back.
This is Newtown.
So Newtown, oh yeah, Newtown is sitting at 3 right now. Depending on what Cheshire does, they may jump up over them. New Canaan is in their division. Oh, Amity is pretty good.
5-3.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out. I mean, Newtown, I mean, even if they lose their next game against Massic, they'll still be in the state tournament because they're most likely going to move on to 7-2. Notre Dame is going to fall down to 5-4 with a must win against Pomperog at Pomperog next. No, not next. Two Tuesdays from now.
Notre Dame is a must win. Newtown is probably safe.
Yeah. So as we said, Notre Dame will be a must win. Newtown, even if they lose, they'll be in. As there's Stockwell breaking tackles, and he's going down. He's at the 10, and he is in the end zone for Newtown. Put the exclamation point on that one. 54 points for Newtown. Well, any chance of a comeback is probably now really out of reach here, as Notre Dame Prep is down 40. Extra point here will put it at 41. And there's a running clock and 6:30 left to play.
If they don't make the playoff, this game probably will cost them.
Yeah, I mean, but I like to look at like that Weston or Nanawa game where you lost by 3 in both of them, as extra point is up and it's good. So 55 Newtown, 14 Notre Dame Prep. Um, they're going to be in must-win territory. They're probably going to need a few things to shake their way this week as well as next week if they want to get in, because they're at that 9 spot right now looking in, or the 10 spot right now looking in. Um, so it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out. But you're going to look at potentially that Weston and Nonawag game that you lost by 3. And if you could have won one, if not both of those, you probably could have afforded the loss here tonight. Now, you don't want to lose any game ever, but Newtown is a very good program, has a very good team. And so,
Weston was 3-5. Weston was the only bad team they lost to. They only lost to the Chiefs. Not all Chiefs were 7-0, Brookfield 6-2. Weston 3-5 might have been why they don't make it.
okay. So, yeah, Mike just let me know that the game against Nonawag might be the one you go and look back at. Nonawag is 3-5 on the season. Oh, not Nonawag. Nonawag is undefeated at 7-0. Weston is the game you might look back at. They're 3-5. You did play at Weston, but that might be one you want back, and you're looking at potentially being 6-3 instead of 5-4. It's going to make it all the way back to Tark's Alley, and he's going to break a tackle, and he's going to get tackled at about the 34-yard line. So Notre Dame Prep will send the offense out with 4:30 to go, down 41, looking to continue to build off of that last drive.
Newtown's only 2 losses were to undefeated Bolton and to
New Canaan.
Yeah, into 7-1 or undefeated New Canaan 7-1. Windsor.
Yeah. So Newtown's
Combined record of 15-1.
Yeah, Newtown's only 2 losses came to schools that have a combined record of 15-1. So you knew it was going to be a battle if you're Notre Dame. Unfortunately, some things didn't go your way, and you're looking at this game, and this is a good learning experience. They do have a young team, which is good to kind of get some of these guys some experience against some perennial powerhouse programs. But you got to look back at that Weston game potentially. If you don't make states, Richardson's going to toss it out to Harris. Harris is going to gain about 2 or 3. Newtown has done a good job, or not a good job, a great job at keeping him in check. We mentioned he averages about 140 yards on the ground per game. I don't even know if he's going to break 50 yards on the ground tonight. So that's probably the best defense that anyone has played against Shakari Harris up to this point.
Based off the rankings, Notre Dame's probably going to have to win out and Holy Cross and Flat Tech who are above them have to lose out.
Okay, so it looks like also for Notre Dame, they're going to need to win out after this one. So their game against Richardson's going to air one out deep. He has a man jump ball. That's going to be flag. It's going to be pass interference. He's looking for Bryant Tarkazali. And honestly, if you're looking back at this now, if you're Notre Dame, I mean, I know they keep calling, it's only been the last 2, but you might have considered throwing the ball a little bit more earlier in the game with the way some of these corners are really playing physical defense on your wideouts, and 2 plays, 2 penalties on this drive and the last one, and you got about 10, 15 yards out of both of them. But as I was saying, Notre Dame is going to need to win next week at Pomperaga, and you're potentially going to need some help in Platt Tech and Holy Cross losing out. I don't know if that's even considering today. Considering today. It'll be interesting to see because they are both 5-3. So even if they lose one game, I'm not sure points how that's going to work because Harris is going to get some space. Harris is going to run down to about the 30-yard line before getting pushed out of bounds. So those are some things to kind of watch for. I don't know if do you know if those teams are playing right now?
Flat Tech is playing right now, and Flat Tech is playing today against 0-8. The 0-8 Final Tech.
Richardson's going to escape the pocket, roll to his left. He's going to air one out. He's got a man. Touchdown. Is that going to be Brian Tarksali again? I think so. Yes, it is. That's his 3rd touchdown on the game. Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's his third touchdown on the game. And then he hit the little AI step over on the Newtown defender. So clock is running. That's going to bring, I mean, I'm assuming Notre Dame's going to go for two. It's going to either be 55-20 or 55-22. This might be the last play of the game here. So you're looking at, I get it, it's late in the game, but maybe you should have started airing the ball out a little bit earlier if you were Notre Dame, running some deeper routes. Richardson, he's going to find a man, he's going to put it right on him, and that's going to be a 2-point conversion there to Nate Achelis. So Notre Dame Prep 22, Newtown 55. We have 13 seconds left here. I'm assuming you're going to see a kickoff, and then that'll be the end of the game, or Newtown will have to come and kneel it out. But bearing, I mean, a miracle and what would probably be the most improbable comeback ever, Newtown will look to go to 7-2. Notre Dame will fall to 5-4. Notre Dame will have a must-win next week away at Pomperaug to try to be 6-4 and keep their state hopes alive. And they're going to need some help from other teams playing Platte Tech and Holy Cross. It'll be interesting to see because even if one of, if you know, my statistician Mike, he said that they probably both will need to lose out. They are 5-3. They'll at least need to lose one game, and then it will come down to strength of schedule and maybe point differential. I'm not sure how. Well, let's not say that. We'll say there's a chance, but it would not be looking good. You're going to need either Platte Tech or Holy Cross to suffer a loss if you're Notre Dame. But we're getting ready for kickoff here. 13 seconds left. Notre Dame has actually outscored Newtown this half. So they did win the half. They're just going to lay down, and once the clock hits 0, oh, all right, they're going to bring out their. It still is more than 30. So, all right. Newtown's going to come out. They're going to kneel this one out. They're going to move to 7-2. Notre Dame's going to fall to 5-4. Highlights if you're Notre Dame Prep. Bryant Tarksali came to play today. 3 total touchdowns, 1 on a kick return, 2 receiving ones. LJ Richardson turned it on in the second half. He has 2 passing touchdowns and about 100 yards passing. They couldn't get Harris going as much as you would have liked. He did play well with what he had, but Notre Dame Prep will have a must-win game next week away against Pomperaug. They're going to need some stuff to fall in their favor with teams that are ahead of them if they want to make states. But for us at Sacred Heart here at Campus Field, this has been another edition of Project Purple Sports. Notre Dame Prep 22, Newtown 55. And make sure to follow us on Twitter at Project Purple Sports. Subscribe to Project Purple Sports on YouTube and stay up to date. We don't know if we'll have any more football games, but we do have a big slate of basketball games. We have some games scheduled already. So make sure to subscribe and make sure to follow us for more updates on Project Purple Sports.